y'all know someone that needs the information, make sure you let them know. Go to bit.ly/King Ashley N, bit.ly/King Ashley N, bit.ly/King Ashley N. So those of you who have never been to a live Q&A session with me, literally just whatever questions you got, drop them. As I see them, I will answer them, okay? I am a simulcaster, so I'm on more than one screen at a time. And y'all don't forget, if you know someone that needs this information, go ahead and share and invite, okay? Hey, True Movement, what's going on? All right. So first question that I got, which I thought was a really, really dope question. What's an ideal website conversion rate for a new business? So this is a really layered answer, and a lot of it depends on how your infrastructure is set up, okay? So if we're going through a traditional model where you tell people to click the link in your bio and you're sending them to your overall website, if you're not doing any retargeting, if we're just like targeting maybe cold traffic, we're not necessarily trying to work with hot traffic or warm an audience up to us, you can expect somewhere in between 0.5, which 0.5%, up to about 1.5% is realistically what you should be looking at. Again, that's for cold traffic, that's sending people to your website. Now, if we have some actual infrastructure set up the way that I teach, where you send people over to a landing page or to a tree and you're sending them to a specific product or an event or whatever it is that you want them to opt into, and in conjunction of sending them over to whatever it is specifically, we are retargeting our traffic, right? Or at least making offers to people who are familiar with us. So maybe they've engaged with us, maybe they follow, they could have liked a couple posts, maybe commented on some things. If you are a streamer, if you do videos, maybe they've watched, a certain percentage of your videos, then you should be expecting your conversion rate to be somewhere in between 3 to 5%. And a lot of people don't really realize that, and y'all get frustrated because y'all get out here in these streets and y'all are like, oh, well, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm posting, I have a website, why am I not making sales? You're not advertising and promoting every day, one. And then when you are advertising and promoting, you're doing it to cold traffic. You're not trying to warm them up or get to know your audience. So you don't really know what they like and what they don't like, and you're not offering products to them that are going to be relevant. If it's a product that someone is looking for, or they can see the value or the benefit in it, you're increasing the propensity that they're actually going to buy from you, right? So by default, your conversion rate is going to be higher once they get over to your landing page or your website or wherever it is that you're sending them, okay? When choosing a checkout software for your landing page, are there any that offer customers checking out more than one product at a time, or do they have to check out at a time? No, it depends. Like if you're using Shopify, if you're using Square, if you're using Samcart, depending on how your page is set up, people can definitely add multiple products at a time. So a lot of that just depends, again, on your store and how it's set up. Real life. What pricing method should I be using to price merchandise for a boutique? I don't know. It depends on your business model. There's several different pricing models, which those of you that are coming into Instacoin Academy, we break down how to price your products, because over the years I saw that a lot of small business owners were struggling with that. So first of all, there's like 13 different pricing models that you can use, right? But there are 3 base ones, okay? But all of them break down to your price per cost, or into a unit pricing method. So when you're using a unit pricing method, basically you're going to look at, let's break down. General retail pricing says whatever the cost of your product is for that boutique, you're supposed to multiply that times 3, and that should be the price that you offer the product. And that's supposed to be enough to cover your overhead, your shipping, your labor, and then also kick you back some profit, okay? Because they say the typical goal is to try and keep like 33% of every dollar, right? So for every $100, you're basically trying to hold on 33. The rest should go to the cost of the product and your overhead and expenses of running a business, right? But if we're using the cost per unit model, that may not necessarily be the case, and you may actually be able to increase your overhead. So let's say your model, once we know what the price is, so you're going to look at all of your overhead costs and you're going to divide them by your projected amount of sales. So you may do the sales for like a week or a month or a quarter or a year, whatever it is that you want it to be projected, right? So now you're going to know your overhead costs per unit. I'm sorry. Somebody asked, what is overhead? Okay. Thank you for asking that, because I'm moving too fast. So let me back it up. So your overhead is going to consist of your fixed costs and your variable costs and your labor costs. Okay. So it's really 3 to get to that one number. So your fixed costs are things that do not fluctuate depending on the amount of clients or customers that you have. So for instance, if you rent a building, right, for your boutique, it doesn't matter if you sell 2,000 shirts that day or if you sell 20 shirts that day, the rent is still the same. So that's going to be a fixed cost. A variable cost is going to be something maybe like your shipping. So maybe your shipping or your packaging. Maybe if you order 1,000 units, right, versus 100 units, the price is going to change on that. See, so variables change depending on the amount of products or services that we're producing or selling. Your fixed cost is the same. Like if your phone bill is $100 a month, whether you took 1,000 phone calls that month or 10 phone calls that month, the phone bill is still $100 a month. So that would be a fixed cost. So you're looking for your fixed costs and you're dividing them over the total amount of projected units for that time frame. So a lot of people do like a month, right? They calculate what their costs are per month, and then they say, I think I can sell 100 or 1,000 units in a month. When we get into the variable costs, they tabulate what they are based on those 100 products or 1,000 or 10,000 or however many units you're using, and they divide them, and now you got the variable cost per unit. When it gets into labor costs, let's say you're a one-man show right now, and you're paying yourself $20 an hour, and it costs you $400 worth of labor a week or something like that, right? Then you're going to divide it by that same amount of units, so 100 or 15 or however many units it is. You add all of those numbers up, and now you have your cost per unit. So now that we have the cost per unit, then you can decide what you want to charge for stuff. You can do a market rate. A market rate is when you look out into the market and you say, everybody else is charging $30 for this shirt. I'm going to charge $30 for that shirt. Maybe when you add up all your costs, the shirt was really only $5 a shirt. So now you're doing $25 in profit, right? Because you already calculated the cost per unit for this top. You may look out in the market and you say everybody's selling it for $15, so you need to sell it for $15 a shirt, right? There's a luxury pricing model. Luxury pricing basically says you take the price and you put it all the way up to what the market can handle, and because it has a higher price point, people automatically see more of a perceived value with it, right? There's penetration pricing model. That's when you go in at cost or right above your cost. Sometimes you even go under your cost and take an L to come and take the market share to get people hype or hip to your products or your services. So that's why I said, like, I don't know what's good pricing. It depends on your business model. It depends on who you're selling to. It depends on the type of product, how many units you're using. Of course, there's a different formula for you guys that are service providers or you guys that have digital products. There's a whole different pricing model for us and a breakdown to get what it is. So if you're coming into Instacoin Academy, we definitely are going to cover that. Hooray, hooray. And you'll be able to get that cracking. Do you build trees in LeadPages? Yes, I build my trees inside of my LeadPages. Friendly user websites for subscription services when you already have a domain. Kajabi. Teachable too. Teachable is a little bit less expensive, but I don't like the way that I don't like the lack of freedom that they give me as far as aesthetics inside there. What apps do you think everyone should be using? You tried it. I give you a few. You come into Instacorn Academy and I give you everything that I use with the tutorials. I think that everyone needs to be using PayPal or Stripe. You got to have an online payment processor. I think that everyone should have some type of design app like a Canva or Over to help you make your graphics, things for design, your social media content, and your posts. I think that everyone should be using some version of Facebook ads or Google ads eventually, because you got to make sure that you're circulating and getting the content out there to the public. And then I think finding some type of app that you like out in addition, maybe like a word swag or something like that, that's really, or meme creator or something to create stuff quickly. I definitely think everyone needs to be using a QuickBook apps as well, because you need to be tracking your expenses and your costs with your business. And so when it's time to kick out a report or when you're ready to buy something, you can get it done. Let's see. Would it be better to start a drop shipping business or an actual online traditional business? Again, all of that is up to you. But at the end of the day, your businesses are not going to work if you don't have a traffic source. This is one thing that drives me nuts about all of you people that want to start a drop shipping company. If you're not good at generating traffic, your drop shipping business is going to fail. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but all businesses need traffic. There are only 3 ways businesses grow: new customers, they grow through increased transaction amount, and they grow through return or repeat customers. That's it. So at the end of the day, if you're only getting, 200 or 300 visitors to your website a day, and if that's cold traffic, they're not a part of your community, you haven't built a relationship with them, it's literally like the equivalent of like 1 sale per day. So 1 sale per day could be really good if you're selling a product that's like $1,000, but if you're selling something that's $20 or $30, you obviously can see how on 1 sale a day you really ain't making no money. Okay, and you're probably actually going to be in the hole when you look at what you're paying to like host, what you're paying for the products, what you're paying, for your ad, any of those sorts of types of things that you have going on. So it depends. But at the end of the day, traditional business, drop shipping business, service providing business, brick and mortar business, online boutique, it does not matter. If you're not good at generating targeted traffic, your business is going to be trash. Then once we get our targeted traffic, it's really about your content and your copy, period. Do you have a class to teach on how to do Google Ads? Yes. That's at the retreat. I'm going to do that live. Hey 3B, what's going on? If you already have Instacoin and you're going through the content slow, do you have access to it? If you came into 3B waxing, you still have access to your content. If you are just joining, you have it for a year. You have access to the content for a year. You only have access to the small group and to the coaching sessions for 12 weeks. If you need them over 12 weeks, you can pay a fee. We do it for 50% off, and then you can just do month by month, and you can remain in the group and still have access to the live coaching calls and to the private group. For sure. How many spots do you have left in the academy? If we're going for VIP or elite, there's only 1 of those. If we're going into general session, there are about 20 spots left for general session. If we aren't able to do Instacoin, which one of your programs do you recommend? Depends on what your goals are. What are your goals? That's going to determine what that is. How do you schedule or train yourself to go live every day? Being consistent and disciplined is something you have to be mature enough to. You have to think about your visions. You have to think about your goals and how bad do you want it, period. Winners do things that losers don't want to do. That's the end of the discussion. So if you're trying to get somewhere you've never been, if you're trying to get the financial freedom you've never had, if you're trying to reach an audience, that you've never met, that means you got to do some things you've never done. So for me, it wasn't about training myself to do it. Like, some of y'all are new to me, so y'all don't know, but my people that have been with me for a long time, they will tell you that I've been saying this and I've proven it. You're not going to find very many people that can outwork me, period. I am very consistent, and when I get my system, I work my system. Consistency, is what wins the race for most people. Whatever you have going on in your life right now, you like it or you don't like it, real talk, that is all because of what you're consistently doing, what you consistently speak, and what you consistently think. If you got a bunch of poop in your life, 80% of that is self-inflicted. You attracted that to yourself. People don't understand, public failures or public successes, they're nothing more than the accumulation of private consistencies. That's it. So, if you eat well every day, you're going to lose weight, right? If you're consistent with it, and if you're eating well more than you're eating trash, you will lose weight. if you are marketing every day, right, and you're growing and you're putting money into your business, you're investing, you're going to start to get returns, and your returns are going to be greater than the investment than you put in. So it's really about being disciplined. So just the practice of whatever it is that you're doing in your life, trying to be disciplined with it. I'm not just disciplined in the area of broadcasting. Like anybody that knows me personally, they will tell you like I'm pretty regimented. They will tell you, they'll say Ashley is a beast. They will tell you I'm real specific or methodic about a lot of things that I do in my life. Is because I'm a disciplined person. So if there's something that I set my mind to do, I'm going to be able to do it. Do you believe in getting a business loan for startups? I do if you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to blow through that money and be in debt. But if you have a plan and you have found you some mentors or you've joined the community, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I think that there's a stigma that's going to hold a lot of us down in our community that we think that debt is bad, and it's not. Poor money management skills are what is bad. Debt makes you money if you know how to manage the debt. If I go get a loan or a line of credit from somebody, because that's what I did when I opened up my office in Dallas. I didn't use my own money. I went to the bank. I got a loan and I got a line of credit. I said, I want to expand my business. We need to have a location in Dallas. Here are my numbers, projections. This is why I think this is what I'm going to be using this money for. The bank said, okay, it looks good. You've proven, that you've done well inside of Little Rock, Arkansas. We will give you the money to open up this location. We will do this. So I used the like it was debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I took the loan, because if you take a loan, you're taking debt, and I went out and I flipped it. But my monthly repayment was only like $1,200 and something, and by the time I got the business up and running down there, I was making an average of $6,000 back a month. So it obviously was well worth it. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that a business loan is bad. I think it's bad if you don't have a strategy. I think it's bad if you don't have a mentor, that you can go to that can help you out inside of the business. I think it's bad if you're not educating yourself. But if you're taking those steps, I don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. So I think a lot of us have to get that thing out of the mindset of going like, oh, debt is bad. I want to cash everything. No, you don't want to cash everything, because real life, if you cash everything and then another opportunity comes along, you can't move on it because you don't have any cash or you don't have any resources at your disposal. You see what I'm saying? It's about the management and what you're actually doing with the money. And I do plan on doing a series in a few weeks. I'm going to bring in some of the financial advisors and the money people that are in my community, like outside of me. And, we're going to do like little special lunch and learns to help you guys with management and learning your triggers. Like, think about it. Even your personal credit score, the biggest portion of it is based off of how well you can manage your debt and the utilization, right? People think, oh, I don't have any credit cards, I don't have any debt. It's great. No, it's not. Whenever you want to get a loan, when you want to get a line of credit, when you want to buy a house, when you want to get a car, when you want to get some investment property, ain't nobody gonna give you anything because you haven't shown them that you know how to properly manage your money. Let's see. So use debt to make the business plan. No, you make the business plan before you go and get the loan. You have your business plan. You should be knowing like, and that business plan may modify and change, but you should know like what course or class or what conference you're going to, what products you're going to buy, where your vendors are coming from. Like, you should have these things lined out so you're not just being all willy-nilly with the money. How much should you spend on, how much should you spend on ads per week or day? Depends on how much money you're trying to make. The normal industry standard, they say $1 in, $3 out. I teach my clients $1 in, $5 out minimum. That's what we're going for. Most of my clients are 1 to 10. I need to put up a post that Atikwa sent me. She had spent $5 on a Facebook ad and it made her $125 back already. Right? And y'all see I do retargeting. I think the last one I put up, I had spent like $800 in ads and they made us like $4,200, $4,300 or something. So that was like a $1 in, $8 back, right? So whenever you're thinking about that, you're looking at your return on ad spend and you're looking at your goals. So as you're having ads come in, so that means at a bare minimum, if you're spending $20 in ads, you should be expecting to make $60 back at a minimum. That's what you're striving to get to. Let's see. You said that is the truth. You need to use credit to have good credit, period. How much, let's see. How can you establish yourself as a luxury price model? It's called brand alignment. And depending on who you are aligned with, who you're collaborating with, what other images or pieces or products you're placing your product or your service with, the formation of your page, the fonts that you're using, the tones, the content and subject matter that you choose to speak on, all of that has you positioned as a luxury, as a luxury brand. Like it'd be like me saying I'm balling, what I'm saying, I've helped all these people make all this money, and then like, what if my house looked like who did it and what for? You know what I'm saying? Y'all would be like, man, she don't get her faking out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like it like, does that make sense? Like, there are some things you have to do that align with you and your brand and what you're trying to communicate. And optics matter. People like to try and say that they don't. They do though. You know what I'm saying? You can argue that they shouldn't all day, but at the end of the day, they still do. So if you're going to be a luxury brand, everything that you're posting needs to be luxurious. It all needs to be, associated with the finer things, period, right? So if you, like, for instance, if you're a new designer and let's say you have a blouse, you need to partner that blouse with another luxury item. So it could be Prada, it could be Hermes, it could be Gucci, it could be, maybe the shirt and it's some cute jeans with a Gucci belt on it and a pair of Louboutins. Or, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Like, it has to look at it, and then you have to look at the background and the aesthetic, and you have to look at the quality of the image, because you're trying to communicate that you're a luxury brand. So everything that you're doing needs to be luxurious, period. Let's see, my friends are saying put between $5,000 to $10,000 per person by the end of 2021 to purchase a property instead of going through the bank. Total $55K. You can do it. That's the long way. But why wouldn't you get your credit together and go to the bank, and the bank may say, we'll give you $250,000, or we'll give you 500,000. And if each one of those friends has access to, let's say, $250,000, right? Then all of a sudden now y'all have $1 million to get your property. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with having the cash. I would say y'all should be working on your credit and putting that $5,000 to $10,000 up per person. You know what I'm saying? Together. There's 5 of y'all. That's what I would be doing. So that way you have the cash on hand. So you have some type of reserve, but you really need to be working on your business credit and your personal credit at the end of the day. Like, the model that you're given will work, but that's going to be very, very, very slow. You see what I'm saying? And there's another way. This is why mentorship is important, and this is why you need to work with people that already know the game so they can put you on. Let's see, my bank account currently has the coronavirus. Girl, you crazy. And I'm unable to afford Instacoin at this time. Which program of yours should I purchase regarding landing pages and you can get the Linktree, the Linktree builder and landing page 101. Girl, you silly. Tickle me tonight. How important is it for small businesses to take risks? Absolutely, but I think that your risks need to be strategic. So this is the thing, when people talk about taking risk, it bothers me that no one talks about strategy behind risk. Like, we just can't go out here going all crazy, going willy-nilly all over the place saying, oh, I'm invested in myself. Like, no, if you're invested in yourself, the money that you're spending, like, it has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? The risk that you're taking, it has to make sense. It has to be in alignment with what your business plan is, what the vision is, and where you're trying to be overall. So when people just like, oh, they're like, go spend that money, go do this, go do that. Like, no, lies you tell. You should already have a list tabulated of your upcoming costs for every month. You should already have a reinvestment schedule. It should be written in a notebook or on your tablet or something. And you should know, as money is coming in, what you're going to be spending the money on to grow the business. You should always be looking for a way to cut costs, cut expenses, cut time, right? But create a better experience for the customer. So I do think that it's important to be able to take risks. You can't be out here being scared, because some people, they just will never move, right? But we need to do some research, and then you take strategic risk or calculated risk. What's the best mobile content content creator software? There's not. It's your preference. It's how your brain works. But I like Canva and Over. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see for the repost of my question. My hair extension business is not doing well, and I'm looking for a mentor. Which program of yours would be best? This is something you can help me with. If you want some one-on-one help, I'll tell you to come into Instacoin Academy Elite, because outside of the group trainings, I actually help you with like auditing the page, product creation, your sales, your target audience. We actually create ads for our elite clients. We find the pages for you to advertise on. We'll help you with the campaigns and all those sorts of types of things. If you just need the support system, maybe the mentorship aspect as far as like the group coaching, if you need the guide on what to do, you know, to put your system together and find out what holes are inside of yours, come into Instacorn Academy, but go into the general admission. Hey Queen Mo, hey boo, what's going on today? Hey love, let's see. Your live with these nuts strategy really helped me put things into perspective. That was awesome. Thank you so much for it, doll. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Too cute, love the glasses and the lipstick. Thank you, honey. Which program helps you create, market, and sell ebooks? Instacorn Academy. It doesn't matter if you're selling books or selling houses. I've been working with and have established 3 trade lines for my business. One for 500 net 30, 1,000 net 30, and the third one for 1,000 with a business credit card. Come through, God. I have a part-time service business that I would like to scale and also offer products. Which of your programs should I participate in? Instacorn Academy. Real life. A lot of my clients that are out here making money, they go through it because Instacorn Academy is not about what product or service. It's not about your particular offer. It's about the system and the strategy to building a business. And then once we build together some proper infrastructure and we have a business set aside, how you validate it. And then once we do that, we start the process of building our target audience, which is going to be your buying base, and then how you convert, and then how you do it over and over and over and over again. So it's about the actual process. And then as far as a bonus, like if you want to be an influencer, if you want to get sponsorship, we teach ad strategies. Like all those are extra bonuses that are in there. Oh, I love you too. How do you upgrade to elite? Email support CA at Ashley's events. And then we'll have to, what we'll have to do is we'll have to cancel and refund your payment and then send you the new stuff for elite. You're awesome. Thank you. Oh, you're awesome back. Thank you for that so much. Who should take Kingdom Essentials and what does it cover? Kingdom Essentials is a foundationals course. I think Kingdom Essentials is really, really good for you if you need a slower pace. I think it's good for you if you need help with some of your basic terminologies. If you need specifically help with like your opt-in page, the confirmation, if you need specifically to learn how to pre-qualify clients, if you need a couple little sales pointers here and there, if we're trying to generate leads, and if you have a high, like that's going to be good for Kingdom Essentials. When you get into Instacoin, we do all of that and we scale. I need to purchase a printer for my t-shirt business that's about $20K. Do you have any suggestions on investors or sponsors to help with that cost? I would tell you to get your business credit together. Real life. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Get your business credit together. Get your personal credit together. Show that you're selling some shirts even without your printer, that you have a market, and then you can probably get a business credit card that's going to have like a $50,000 limit. Also, if your personal credit is good, you can go to Navy Federal Credit Union and you can open up an account with them, and then you can apply for a credit card, and they do high limit personal credit cards. Like, they'll start them in between $20,000 and $30,000. Is there a deadline to join? If you want the 50% off, you need to pretty much join by tomorrow. You can come and join later, but it won't be at 50% off. Any suggestions on starting off as a virtual assistant? Yes, build your portfolio. Go work for some people for the free 99, maybe for like 30 days. Prove your worth to them. And then if they're happy with your services, then you can start the process of invoicing them. Great, and thank you. You're welcome. For those of you that want to join Instacoin Academy, there's also a PayPal credit option that you can use. And then that'll get you 6 months, no interest. Thank you. I'm so tempted, but I bought 2 courses like from you, still going through them. And once I've consumed those and implemented, dope. Let's see. Instacoin Academy has truly helped me get out of my comfort zone. Thank you so much for that, Tanya. Let's see. How do you enroll? Click the link in my bio, tap the very first button. That'll take you over to the page that has the 50% off links. It's going to be 50% off on the payment plans as well. Or you can go to bit.ly/Instacoin123. Hold on. I can type it to Facebook. Let's type it. Woo. Let me copy it. So I just copy and paste it. Out these Facebook streets. There you go. If you click that link, it'll take you right over to the page, boo. Does Instacoin teach how to create a funnel? Absolutely. We teach you how to build a tier 1 funnel. We also show you how to do email funnel, and I give you my templates so you don't have to try and write your own emails. So yes, and yes, because funnels are how you're going to automate your sales, and they're super important. You love my specs? Thank you. Shouting out credit unions. Their rates are so much better and non-predatory. Very, very true. Do you work with clients in Toronto, Canada? Yes, I work with clients all over the world. I have quite a few Canadian clients. I work with clients on the continent of Africa. I work with clients in the UK. I work with clients in Belize. We have clients in Tokyo. I don't discriminate. This is the beautiful thing about the internet. Like, your clients are everywhere. So yeah, Instacoin has payment plans. Yes, we have weekly flex pay plans, and we have monthly. Monthly is $5.99, and then if you're doing weekly, it's $119.97, I think. What are your thoughts on switching? What are your thoughts on switching my website from WordPress to LeadPages? I'm going to tell you to do it because LeadPages is going to allow you to build lots of websites, lots of landing pages, lots of event places, lots of forums. And with LeadPages, you don't really have to have the technical skill that you need with a WordPress. So I would say go for it. Any tips on establishing yourself as a household name? Content. Collaborate. Get on as many podcasts, stages, microphones as you can. Like real life, you got to get out here, and you need to go to as many conferences, network meetings, groups, mind melds as possible. What's a lead page? So the question actually should be, what's a landing page? LeadPages is a company that provides landing page software, but essentially a landing page is the first page someone sees whenever they click your link. So there are all kinds of different landing pages. There are trees, which is what you see when you click the link in my bio. That's a tree. There are opt-in pages. There are thank you pages. There are confirmation landing pages. There are event landing pages. There are sales pages. It goes on and on and on and on. There are all kinds of different landing pages. Hey, Queen Kiki, what's going on, boo? What's happening, love? Let's see. Hey, Dylan. Let's see. Hello, I purchased a few of your products. Thank you. And one thing that was tripping me up was the lead magnets, free offers, or tripwires. I'm drop shipping. Wouldn't it really be possible to have, see, it is possible. This is the thing. When you get into a lead magnet, one that's a high converting lead magnet, first of all, lead magnets and tripwires are interchangeable. Because if you're giving someone a lead magnet, it needs to be something that they would pay for anyway. They need to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I got this for free. So if they don't feel like they would pay for it, your lead magnet is trash, okay? It has to be value. So you're going to have to go a little bit further than giving like free shipping, okay? A common lead magnet that you'll see for like a drop shipping store, though, it may be like 20% off your first order or something like that. But you can do like a membership club, and where you get exclusive offers and deals, you get to shop first, you put together a lookbook, right? Something like that. Your lead magnet may be like a private consultation or something like that. It depends on what you're selling. Your lead magnet may be 7 ways to do this, 10 things you didn't know of. It depends on what it is. You have to think about what you're selling, and you have to think about how your clients are using it and why they would use it. That is how you make a bomb lead magnet or a tripwire. So tripwires that typically do well are tripwires that show people how to get the optimal results out of that product or that service, or whatever the next step is in the process. Let's see, which product should I go to for a webinar system and funnel? Instacorn Academy is going to give you your funnel if you're doing webinar training. only do those in small group mentorship program. That's it. Because we have to customize your webinar, and it's a lot for you to learn how to actually like make your offers, how to pitch, right? How to actually stack up and build the webinar to get people to come, all those sorts of types of things. Let's see. Will I need to get rid of my Wix site to have a landing page? Technically, you can make landing pages on Wix. The problem with Wix is that Wix doesn't necessarily play nice with everyone, and Wix pages load a little slower. But you can build your landing pages on Wix. If you like Wix, you don't have to get rid of Wix. There's nothing wrong with it. I have like 3 or 4 websites right now that still run on Wix. Nothing wrong with Wix. What type of strategy do you recommend for musicians? Ooh, child. Okay, y'all musicians really be stressing me out. Y'all are some of the most inconsistent people I've ever met when it comes to marketing. I'm not saying you inconsistent, but the answer is the same. Whether you are a musician, whether you sell a book, whether you sell flip pancakes, whether you sell swimsuits, whether you like to twerk, whether you got a podcast and you just talk shit to people all day, it's the same. You have got to make sure every day you're trying to meet at least 1,000 people in these social media streets. That means you need to be featured on other pages. That means you need to be doing collaborations. That means you need to be using your hashtags. That means you need to be running your awareness ads. And if you're a musician, you should be playing or you should be singing, period. Every single day. And you need to take people on the journey with you. So when you're going to a studio, when you're going to a show, when you got a stage performance, when you are trying to figure out like how to write a lyric or what should go on X, Y, and Z, whatever it is, you got to share that information with us. How many companies do you have? A lot. Let's see. Real life though. Yeah, it's like y'all act like sometimes like y'all are a special case because you're musicians. You're not. You just got to be consistent. How can one start off as a coach? Go help someone. You need to help at least 3 to 5 people in whatever area you're trying to coach in, so you can build a portfolio and you can have some testimonials. Then after that, you need to put together your packages, and while you're doing that, you need to consistently, like simultaneously, while you're helping other people, you need to be putting out content every day that revolves around whatever it is that you want to coach people about. Hi, let's see. You did your first webinar last night, and honey, I salute you. You're truly the king. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you so much. Where is Kingdom Essentials? You would have to email us at support.ca, and we'll get you a link to it. How many pages should a company start off with for collaboration ads? 1. You need to start off with 1 page because you need to be able to track your results from that 1 page to see if it's a good source for you and to see if you did a good job with connecting with that audience in the ad. And then as you get better, you can start doing like 2 or 3 in a day, or once you get familiar with them, but 1 a day when you first start. I did my own Instagram audit and started posting more posts that tied to my brand. Good job. And engage with the followers. What else can I do moving forward? You need to do, first of all, you need to go and look at your analytics, and you need to see what content is resonating with your audience. Just because I think it's good content doesn't mean y'all think it's good content. You picking up what I'm putting down, and if y'all don't think it's good content, it ain't good content. So you need to see, like, go and look at your analytics and see what content people like, what's really resonating with them. What are they saving? What are they reposting? What are they commenting on? What are they sharing? What are they sending to one another? And create more content that looks like that. Then you need to, again, start the process of looking at those complementary products and service pages, looking at the leaders pages, going out and putting your content out there and inviting people to come back and follow. Is it the same with life coaching? It doesn't matter what type of coach you are. All of it is the same. At the end of the day, you have no business trying to charge someone money so you can test on them or they can be your guinea pig. That's disrespectful. Like real life. And I know people don't want to hear that. Like, I don't care how much you paid for your certification. I don't care what course you went to. At the end of the day, you do not have the right to charge someone for your experiment. Now, if you want to go to people and say, hey, I got my life coaching certification, or I'm in the process of getting it, and I'm offering services for 5 to 7 people. I really would like to build my portfolio, so this would be complimentary, but in exchange I would like to be able to chronicle our journey. I like to be able to document it, and I will be posting and using it for marketing purposes. That's dope, because you need to build up your portfolio. But when y'all get out here and y'all be like, I'm a business coach, but y'all ain't never built a business. I'm a life coach, but your whole life is in shambles. You're a credit coach, but your credit ain't together, and you ain't helped nobody else build their credit. It ain't cool. And I'm just telling y'all straight up, because some of y'all come to me and y'all get mad because y'all want me to help y'all scam people, and I won't. And I won't take y'all on as clients. Go and do the work. Like real life, build up your portfolio, and once you've assisted people in doing whatever it is you're trying to do, once you've done it for yourself, I think at that point you really have a better idea of like how much it costs, how much work, how much time, how much energy it takes to do that thing, and you can put together an accurate package. And I think at that point you reserve the right to charge people because you've gotten them some results. When I first started managing people's social media accounts, I went and I worked for free, and people don't like to hear that. I literally went, knocked on doors. Hey, my name is Ashley. This is what I do. And you don't have to give me any card information, but what I would like for you to do is agree to meet with me after 30 days. This is what I need. And I would go in there and I would show my behind. I knew the work that I was doing was good. I knew it was going to be hard pressed to find somebody that was more gangster than me when it came to that. And absolutely, they were able to see an increase in their phone ringing, their emails. They were able to see an increase in their foot traffic and people calling them. So at the end of 30 days, of course they wanted to keep me around. So then it went into, okay, well, this is my fee and this is how much it would cost for us to work together. I built up my portfolio. Once I got my portfolio together, then now I don't have to work for free, right? Now people come to me and they want to work with me, and they'll pay whatever my fee is, but I worked for free. Just like, think about it right now, right? When I do these lives every night and I'm giving y'all 7 ways to do this, 10 ways to do that, how you find your niche, how you put together your branding, here's your tutorial, pitch your product. When I'm doing all of those things, I'm establishing myself as a resource, but I'm working for free. Like, I'm letting you guys know that I'm a knowledge mate, that I'm good at what I do, right? I'm literally like saying like, hey, here I am, you know what I'm saying? Come and test it, see what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't scared. What's up? And then from there, y'all decide like, okay, I trust her enough. She's giving real information compared to these other people. Yes, I will purchase a product. Yes, I will go into Instacorn Academy with her, right? Those sorts of types of things. So at the end of the day, like, free 99 leads you to pay 99. And sometimes you got to show thyself approved, period. Let's see. Instacoin is how much weekly, for how many weeks? It's 119. Hold on. Let me go over here and look, and I'll tell you. The weekly is $119.97, and it is for 15 weeks. And you can click the link in my bio and tap the first button, or you can go to tip.ly/Instacoin123, and it'll get you over to the page. Would you say internships count as building your portfolio? No, I don't. Unless you're in an internship program where they're letting you do your thug thizzle with no supervision, and you're creating and overseeing and directing it, because it's totally different when you get out and do something on your own. I'm a psychotherapist in a private practice. Dope. I've been practicing for years. I'm wanting to transition to online product, do a beta test for free or lower cost. If you already have a client group, I would probably do a lower cost. If you're looking to get into a newer market, you may want to do it for free. Can you review our funnel in a laser session? Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Sometimes we can only do part of it. So it's like, you have to tell me what specific part of the funnel you want me to look at. Laser sessions are really meant more to give strategies. I'm a new follower, just came on your live to see if you know what you know. You do. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I post up content, at least 3 times a day, and my sales are still low. I took down my website to start another one. Would that have a factor in why my sales are low because of no website? No, because I sell through a landing page. My link tree gets way more traffic than my website. Nope. It is one or two things. One, either you're targeting to the wrong audience, or number 2, your content is trash. And what I mean by that is your content is not resonating with your audience. And so your content is not valuable to them, and they're not seeing how that relates to whatever your product or your service is that you're offering to them. If you're giving good content about that subject matter and it's helping people, either helping them in the prior phase or a post phase, if you're answering frequently asked questions for them, if you're solving problems for them, the easiest way to get a lifelong customer is to answer a question for them or help them solve a problem. Period. If you can do that, they're gonna buy your stuff. So and you probably need to enable some retargeting ads, but it's either you're targeting the wrong people or your content needs some rework. Because remember, good content is not what I think is good content, is what your audience thinks is good content. And if they're like, you sell by listening, you sell by listening, you sell by listening. So they're talking to you, right? So you need to figure out if you're talking to the wrong people or if you're saying the wrong things to the people that you're talking to right now. And if you are targeting the right people and you're saying the right things, then that means we need to work on our awareness campaigns, and you need to make sure that you're actively getting out there in the streets and showing up on other pages. Speaking of other pages, for those of you that come into Instacoin Academy, I actually give you a list of my favorite pages to advertise on that are reputable, because I know it's hard to find pages. So, okay, y'all, the little timer is on the gram, so that means we're done with Q&A for today. I definitely may come back tomorrow for more Q&A, because I see that there are several questions that I didn't get to, and there's probably like 35 questions over here that we only got through 2 of them tonight before y'all went in, which is no problem. Y'all had good questions. Anyway, if you are starting a business or if you're in business and you want to monetize your social media, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, I highly encourage you to come into Instacorn Academy. It is a total system. It is guided, so you don't have to worry about what to do next or be overwhelmed about not knowing where to start. We guide you week by week, step by step, day by day, okay? There's also a small group, and I do live coaching sessions in there every single month, okay? A lot of you guys that want to work with me, this is the most economical way to work with me. You know, my price is my price, baby, and I'm worth every penny, but I would much rather spend $17.97 than $13,500 if you got the opportunity to, right? If you want some one-on-one help, then you need to come into Instacoin Academy Elite, all right? Click the link in my bio, first button, or go to bit.ly/Instacoin123. I will do my best to get on tomorrow, because y'all had a lot more questions. They were very, very good questions. And so we'll try and get it hammered out. I ain't gonna make no promises, but I'm gonna do my best. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Special shout out to everybody that is watching me on Facebook, because y'all know the longer you watch and the more comments I get, the higher my check is. Thank you, boos. Bye, y'all. Like what we teach, work.